It's Professor Dave. Let's talk about plural nouns.
He knows a lot about all kinds of stuff. Professor Dave explains.
We already know that a noun can be singular or plural. 1 apple, 2 apples. 1 person, 10 people. Singular means one, plural means more than one. In English, pluralizing nouns is typically easy. We just add an S at the end of the word, although sometimes things are trickier than that. But in Italian, there are lots of rules and lots of exceptions, so let's learn these now. If a noun ends in O, the plural will end in I. These are typically masculine nouns. Gelato, gelati. Vino, vini. Biscotto, biscotti. If a noun ends in A, the plural will end in E. These are usually feminine nouns. Pizza, pizze. Macchina, macchine. Matita, matite. Then there are the nouns ending in E. These are tricky because they can be either masculine or feminine. But don't worry, when pluralized, these will always end in I. Mare, mari. Ristorante, ristoranti. Automobile, automobili. Let's practice now. See if you can write the correct plural form of each of these nouns. You may have noticed at this point that there are some words which Americans take from Italian and regularly use them as though they are singular, when they are actually plural. These are words like biscotti, cannoli, and panini. Even though you might get a weird look when you're out to lunch, for the sake of grammar, I encourage you to order a panino rather than a panini, and to ask for a biscotto with your coffee rather than a biscotti. After all, if you ask for a biscotti, what you're actually saying is, "Can I have a cookies?" And that does sound pretty ridiculous. Now, it would be great if pluralizing words could always be this simple, but alas, there are exceptions. However, some of these exceptions follow other rules that are also easy to remember. For example, there are a lot of words in Italian where the singular and plural forms are identical. All words with an accent on the final syllable work like this. Città can refer to one city or many cities. Same goes for università or caffè. All foreign words that end in a consonant, which are typically masculine, will also do this. These are words like computer, sport, autobus, and scotch. Posso avere 2 scotch? Sì, prego. Monosyllabic words also do not change. This includes re and te. Lastly, when words are abbreviations of longer words, these won't change either. Fotografia becomes fotografie, but photo will remain photo, no matter how many of them you take. Auto and moto can refer to one car and one motorcycle, or all the cars and motorcycles on the busy freeway. And with money, whether it's un euro or un milione di euro, the word is always the same. There are just a couple more rules to add to the list, and they are a little annoying, but they're not difficult. Feminine words ending in CA and GA will add an H in the plural form to maintain a hard consonant sound. With pesca, if we just changed the A to an E, it would become pesce, but that means fish. So we make it pesche, and that does mean multiple peaches. The same goes for barca and barche, amica and amiche, diga and dighe, ruga and rughe. Masculine words ending in go will add an H in a similar manner. Lago becomes laghi, and albergo becomes alberghi. This will not be the case if the word ends in logo and describes a person. Biologo will just become biologi, as we would normally expect. Words ending in co act differently according to the syllable receiving the stress. If the penultimate, we add the H. Parco becomes parchi. Tedesco becomes tedeschi. But if the syllable prior, there will be no H. Medico becomes medici. Meccanico becomes meccanici. Words that end in ia also need to watch the stress. If the ia is stressed, the word behaves regularly. Farmacia, farmacie. Via, vie. Bugia, bugie. But if the ia is unstressed, in the plural form, the letter I will be dropped. Valigia, valigie. Doccia, docce. Spiaggia, spiagge. Words ending in io will also drop the I if the last syllable is unstressed, while the O will turn into an I as expected. Specchio, specchi. Ufficio, uffici. Figlio, figli. Negozio, negozi. But zio, because of the stress, becomes zii. Lastly, just a couple notable irregularities. Uomo, uomini. Dito, dita. Uovo, uova. Braccio, braccia. So that may seem like a lot, but that really is all of it. We should now be able to pluralize any noun. So let's check comprehension. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. Support me on Patreon so I can keep making content. And as always, feel free to email me, ProfessorDaveExplains@gmail.com.